number 24, Atelier of Power Event Producer Series, which is what is the purpose of any promotional events. Should there be archetypal constellations, like a 2-hour event of some sort, some type of public lecture, it could be any type of event that's small, that has a demonstration as a lecture, a book launch, or whatever. Each of these is to get lists of people for courses. That's it. Therefore, lists of people for courses, or lists of people interested for future events. So if you want to run a public lecture and I'm not going to have the names of the people, don't ask me to do the lecture. It's really simple, because the purpose of the lecture is to have lists of contacts. If some particular person in the lecture doesn't wish to put down his name, I'm not really going to have a problem about it. But people are to see a list, they're to be invited, to be shown that they're fortunate because they're on a list of where they can be advised of life-changing events which are really important for them, and everyone would be invited to have their name on it, and that is to go in the database for the Atelier of Power courses. There are many people that pretend they are a promoter whose actually only motive is to use effective techniques like Barkley techniques just to, or a book launch or something like this, to attract people so they get people for their list to sell something else. And that's absolutely unethical, because all the symbols, the trademarks, the course names are to guard that there is quality there, and you cannot use those situations to sell something without authorization. If I'm giving a course on healing, and somebody wants to sell, like a doctor wants to sell a course on anatomy so that people are better trained as healers, you will probably be very welcome, to sell that course as well in conjunction with my courses. But if it is anything that has not been decided as important and helpful, someone has some course where it's their favorite way to interpret, reading people's future, for example. Well, if my courses are designed for people to create their own future, and your main purpose is to use me to have a course to sell your reading of their future, well, I'm not interested. So you just can't do this. And in the process of selecting producers, that's something we have to be very careful about, because it's an extremely common practice to use whatever you can find, like especially people who are not properly trained in their job, that just want to get people to sell to clients for something that isn't very effective. They will go wherever they can go to go get lists of people to sell ineffective things. And the problem is, if people go and do some ineffective course for a weekend, it might take 3 times that long to straighten their mind out after they have been messed up by an ineffective weekend. So therefore it really is not acceptable to make your self-determined decision to sell something that is not officially approved using any events that use Atelier of Power trademarks, icons, or events.